Well, this has been just such a fun week, hasn't it? I love red days in the crypto market. Obviously, I'm being facetious. Everybody hates it. And we're all ready for things to start moving to the upside once again. I will say this is about the moment I would expect some sort of bounce in the crypto market. We usually don't get these huge retracements without some sort of bounce along the way. And I want to talk about that in this video with you guys, as well as look at just a couple things that are still actually really good for SHIB. So if you guys are new or haven't already, show your support for the channel down below. Hit that subscribe button. That bell is free to do. It'll keep you updated anytime there's new content live here on the channel. So there's no positive spin. This week is absolutely sucked. We got some red. We got some nice bounce in the middle of the week, but unfortunately, it's just been the same trajectory almost every day. You know, SHIB is losing 2% here, 3% there, 5% there, right? It sucked, right? We built a little bit steeper of a wedge, which I don't like right now. The reason why is structurally it would be fine. We'd actually be, again, creating actually a pretty sizable inverse head and shoulders here. But, you know, that also means that SHIB at the very point of this is seeing 4 zeros, 105. Not saying we have to get there at all, but, you know, I will say right now the bears are trying to take over in the market. The sentiment is pretty garbage. I've seen a lot of people once again saying, oh, SHIB is dead. SHIB is dead. It's going to zero, blah, blah, blah. Just the same stuff that we've heard many times before. Heard it back here, 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 right? So again, don't fall for the narrative because actually SHIB is pretty well alive right now. What I will say here is, you know, when we're looking at what holders are doing, it's not the same as what the charts are showing. The charts. It's not the same as what the charts are showing. We've actually climbed to 1.529 million holders. Pretty much every one of these days has been a rising holder day. When we look at what whales have been doing, yesterday was in fact another whale edition day. Not really surprising there. So we're still just seeing very consistent trends here. So it has more to do with the overall crypto market than what it has to do with Shiba Inu. Now, I will say, you know, us being at number 22 here does suck. I've seen some people say we're going to go as low as number 30, which is SHIB basically taking a 50% bath from here. Yeah, I don't see that. Shiba Inu has continued to show time and time again resilience up in these ranges. It's continued to hold above 4 zeros, 1 0. So these are all positive signs, plus the fact that right now, SHIB is flatlined on the stochastic RSI, just like assets throughout the crypto space are right now. So we're still just waiting for BTC to make a move. BTC is actually touching the bottom of its trend currently, and hopefully we can get a nice bounce off of there, maybe build a little bit of momentum into the weekend. ETH actually looking like it might come down and touch its 20-day moving average. That would be a structurally sound move. But, you know, right now SHIB is just kind of floating in no man's land. But something I wanted to actually reference here is when we're looking at the charts here, I found this very interesting. I compared SHIB to Litecoin, Toncoin, Avalanche, Bitcoin Cash, Chainlink. And what we're seeing right now is Shiba Inu is actually outpacing almost all of these in terms of search volume. So Shiba Inu actually has pretty incredible optics despite obviously what's been happening in the charts. And understand, guys, this is not just a SHIB thing, all right? SHIB down 42.71% on the year. Pepe down 47% on the year, right? Actually, Pi down 76%. And I'm not going to reference Pi, but even some of the like, I don't want to say that SHIB's not a good asset, right? Because it is. Even some of the ones that have done incredibly well, that have had really hot narratives, still down 50% on the year. Ondo down 33% on the year. So this 2025 has frankly just been a year of just crap, right? And yes, we've had a good couple months here. Yes, we are in an ascending trend in the market. We're in an ascending trend for SHIB, which is great. But it just obviously sucks when we're standing in the dip and we're seeing these red prices, of course. Now, what does this mean moving forward here? It means that, you know, we have to basically kick a lot of this negative sentiment and pessimism. Once again, it's filling into the market. You guys can feel that, you know, the bulls don't have full control right now. We flipped back into this neutral range in terms of sentiment here and the fear greed index. That's kind of where we're at. Shorts are trying to hit the market very, very heavily for most assets in the market. There is an imbalance to the short side. It's just kind of is what it is, and we need something to spark this buying. Sometimes these dips are exactly that, and they can send things running. We'll see what the U.S. trend is going to be today. Almost every day this week, the U.S. has woke up and started selling. Okay, right now it's about 6:05 a.m. Central Standard Time. I'm hoping they don't do that again, but guys, I have no control over the charts. I have no control over what people do, but we'll see what happens from here. But that's all I got for you guys. Appreciate you as always. Hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts below, but have a great day. Catch you guys in the next one. Take care.